What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of WIZLAND with Wiz. Happy to be with you guys today. Welcome to a new video, man. You read the title of the video. In this video, I will be sharing with you thoughts about how to start anything new, and hopefully by the end of the video you feel more comfortable with starting something new without actually knowing what the hell you're gonna get into, because at the end of the day, what we got to lose, man. I think one of the main things that we think about when we're starting something new is us being embarrassed, looking like we don't know what we're doing, not understanding or knowing what we're getting ourselves into. So that thought and feeling of uncertainty is what most of the time prevent us from starting something new. So on this video, I will be sharing things that you can start doing, or ways that you can kind of get yourself out of your own head and allow yourself to start something new, regardless of the amount of experience that you might be lacking or anything like that. Because I think and believe that if we would be more open to failure, and we'll be more open to understanding that not everyone that is an expert in a certain field was born that way, we'll be able to start trying new things and finally finding whatever it is that we want to do for the rest of our lives. And I think that's one of the main reasons that people in general are not fulfilling life. And I'm not saying that everyone has to look for fulfillment. I mean, I do believe that in a sense everyone was brought to this world for a purpose, and it's on us to find our purpose in this world. It's no one else's duty but yourself, and your own duty to find whatever that purpose might be for you in your life. Having said that, I do believe that a lot of people do struggle, because I've struggled with this many times, where I kind of trick myself to believe that because I don't know something, or because I'm not good at something, I shouldn't try it. And I think that that's one of the main reasons that people stop growing in general, because once you start having limited beliefs in your mind, you do stop taking certain risks about certain things. And I do believe while risk can be a bad thing, it can also be a very good thing. And that's where I'm trying to take this message to you guys today. So the first thing that I would share with you, how to get over the fact that maybe you're not good at something, or maybe the uncertainty fact, would be to, instead of you having that feeling of uncertainty, having that feeling of doubt, having that feeling that maybe you're not good at something, maybe exchange that feeling for the feeling of excitement. Have you ever thought about how you felt when you were excited about something? And how you were, like, the things that were going through your head where you were excited about something. And that's one of the messages that I heard from, that I first heard from Simon Sinek. It's very important for us to start seeing new things that we might not be good at. Instead of being nervous about it, instead of seeing it in a negative aspect of those things, start seeing it in a positive way. Whenever you're feeling nervous and anxious, exchange that for being excited about the new opportunity that you have that you're trying something new. If you start understanding that as soon as you feel nervous, you stop yourself and feel excited, it will change everything that you have going on for you. I think that for me, from a personal experience, I've been able to become a coach, a head coach. I want to say overnight in a way, because I was given the opportunity. And I want to share this with you guys because I was this close of not even attending the interview. And more so because I've never done it. I had never coached a high school team prior to me being given that opportunity. I had coached a smaller group of kids from 5 to 6, 7 years old. But when it comes to high school kids, they're teenagers. They're in a state of mind, and I remember myself how I was when I was a teenager. I didn't give a fuck about nothing. So that, in a sense, kind of kept me from being, I guess, confident about how I was going to be able to take this new opportunity and make it a good thing for me. So basically, before I went to the interview, I was almost not going to go because I was like, man, I've never coached anyone. I don't know if these kids are gonna like me or not, and I don't know how I'm gonna come out to actually be a head coach. I don't want to suck. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I never really have to organize practices or none of that. So I remember the first day that I actually had to report to the job. I had to do tryouts and things of that nature. I was hella lost. It was very difficult for me to articulate and communicate with the kids. And at that time, the first day of practice, it was a 50 plus group, you know. So I was very nervous, to be honest with you. But that has been one of my most recent experiences with the entire aspect of you exchanging being nervous for being excited. To be honest with you guys, the last 2 years, my first year was very difficult because I had never done it. The last 2 years have been way better. This year, I'm more confident, I'm more comfortable, and I'm more excited about the opportunity because I know what I'm doing now. But it took about 2.5 seasons for me to understand what I'm doing. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen immediately. I remember the first season I was a little bit over my head because I started to understand that these kids needed somebody to guide them, and not a role model, none of that, but someone that will be there, hold them accountable and things of that nature. And this is something that I'm taking more of a role of right now on the third season, because I've learned that these are young kids. These are not mutual friends. These are not, and that's the thing, is like, I'm not old enough for me to be a parent figure. So it's me, as I'm doing all these things, I'm starting to understand that I am the adult, that I'm now in a different state of life where I need to start doing things not only for myself but for other people. And that's one of the things that has been very much an awakening for me, because I have always kind of thought of myself being young, and I still consider myself young, but it's a different aspect of life. I'm no longer doing things for my own benefit. I'm doing things for other people. I'm doing things for these kids that I have no attachment to other than being a coach to them. But I've learned to accept it and create a family atmosphere at practice with the team. And I've told them, open policy with me. You have something to say, you have something that is affecting you, let me know, because I want to work with you. And that's the thing, is like, you not allowing yourself to take a chance or going into something new just because you've never done it can be very much a handicap. And the only way that you can start something and be ready, and this not only goes for you doing something in the business sense, it doesn't only goes doing something with relationships or whatever the case is. If you're trying to reach out to a girl and you never reached out to her, this applies to everything, basically. Stop thinking about how you're going to fail without you even trying. I think that if you stop that mindset that you're going to fail without even trying, you're going to allow yourself to fail, but you're also going to allow yourself to succeed. You don't know how good you're going to be at something until you start doing it. You never know that. And you might not be good at all. You know, you're not going to be good at all, but you might understand that this is something that you're willing to put in the work to become better at. And that's the big thing that I want you to take out of this message. That regardless where you're at, regardless what it is that you're trying to do or trying to get better at, or you haven't started just because you believe that you suck at it, but you've always been curious about it. The main thing for you to think about is how excited you'll be if you do become successful at this thing, regardless of it being being a very far from your current situation, regardless if it's 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road, whatever it is. Think about how excited you'll be once you start seeing any form of success within it. Last year, and just going back to the head coaching position, the first year I started with 2 losses as a coach. The first year I started with 2 losses as a head coach. We ended up going to state semifinals. The year after, which was last year, we went undefeated the whole season. Undefeated record. We ended up losing in regional semifinals. So we didn't lose the game until regional semifinals, but I learned a lot of things that maybe I was not even aware of the first year around, So this year, it's on me to actually implement and fix those issues that I saw last year, which I've started fixing it since preseason. So you have to understand, guys, that every year, every day that you basically wake up, it's an opportunity for you to try something new, regardless of what it is. If you're not trying things, if you're not getting better at anything, if you're not allowing yourself to embrace that you suck at something and just going at it, just trying to get better, a little bit better every day. And I know the 1% thing about, like, Jordan Peterson had made it very famous, like, get better 1% better every fucking day. Yeah, that's true. That's a great consistent tip. But have you really thought about it? Have you really given everything to one thing, or everything to the things that you're doing every single day? And I bet that 100% that most of us can answer, no, we haven't. We have not allowed ourselves to give everything you have. I mean, your energy, your thought, your money, your presence. You have not given everything you have to something. And that's the thing that will change your life. And that has changed my life, because the more time that I put it into this soccer team, the more I see it going into different places in my life. The more aware I'm about my business, the more aware I'm about my health, the more aware I'm about my actions and the things that I'm doing. Because if I'm not doing the right things, how can I go and talk to my student athletes or my players? How can I talk to them and tell them to do the right thing if I'm not doing the right thing? If I'm not consistent with me being at practice, if I'm not consistent with me being on time at practice, how can I tell my athletes to be there on time? And that's one of the things that you have to understand, that once you allow yourself to try something new, to start something new, that maybe you're not going to be the best version for whatever it is that you're trying, but the fact that you're allowing yourself to try it is gonna get that curiosity out of your brain, and you're like, yeah, I'll try this. And you're gonna understand either, yeah, this is something I want to get better at, or second, you're gonna understand that this is something that you do not want to do, but that you're grateful and thankful that you started something. Because at the end of the day, it's about the actions that you're taking. If you're not taking an action, it is something very important. Even if you don't take an action, that in itself is an action. Because you decided not to take an action, you're going to put that attention somewhere else. Or you might not even do anything with that energy. And that's the thing, is like, a lot of us have a lot of thoughts, a lot of potential, but we lose that potential because we never use it. There goes the saying that if you don't use it, you lose it. And it's very true. You have to understand, the more you think about something and the less action you take of it, that's the potential that you're losing every fucking time you're doing that, because you're not putting into practice your potential. So the more you're procrastinating, the more you're allowing procrastination to be part of your life, the more that you're allowing it to define who you are, and the less that you're allowing yourself to become better or prospering in your own fucking life. And I think that that's one of the main things that we as humans, it's an internal battle that you're going to go through every fucking day, that you have to learn how to understand that battle and forcefully beat the other side that is keeping you from becoming who you need to become or who you want to become. Because for me, that's been something that I've learned, that there's no certainty of how things are going to become or be unless you allow yourself to start something. When you start your business, you're gonna start like anyone else. When you start a YouTube channel, you're gonna start like anyone else. You start at zero. Everyone starts at zero. When I started my head coaching job, I started at zero. I started at 0 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. Eventually, it got to a win on preseason, then another win on preseason. And then when it came time for the regular season, we started with 2 losses. So you have to understand that, but it could have been on me like, fuck, I suck at this. When it count, no. Like for me, I was like, man, we suck because our chemistry is not there. So what did I do? I went ahead and made them and talked to them straight up. I told them, look, we suck because you guys are not playing together. And it was on me as a head coach to bring that out, bring them together instead of separating them more when we were down 0-2. And that's why I say it's like you have to understand that when we start something, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of maybe not feeling like you belong, the feeling that maybe you feel that you don't know what you're doing, all of that is perfectly fine. But you have to stop those negative thoughts and allow yourself to focus more so, where are you going to be if this works out? That goes with relationships, that goes with finances, that goes with business, your physical health, and all of that. You know, it's like we never know where we're going to be 5 years down the road. But I promise you, if you start it off right now, you're going to be able to get better and get whatever it is that you're looking for. I think that the biggest issue that we have is that we never start. We talk about starting because it's easy to talk. It's very easy to talk. Anybody can talk. Anybody can say, man, I want to be a billionaire, or I want to be a millionaire, or I want her to be my girlfriend, or I want to have a car like that. It's easy to say that. There's no effect for you saying that. And I can still debate it. Like if you say something, it's good to say it, but your words have to follow action. If you're just saying things and you're not following through with action, none of those things become a real thing in life. You know, they just become thoughts. And that's my thing. You know, it's like whatever you're looking for, whatever you're hoping to get, the way you can start is by exchanging those negative feelings for excitement. Not thinking about the failures, but more so learning from the failures and getting better and immediately changing what you felt at. And lastly, just start, man. Just start. Don't care that you suck. Understand that everyone around you is living life as a new entire day. Like meaning like your parents today are just trying to live another day, learn what they're gonna do this day. They never lived this day. They're living it brand new, just like you. So when I started understanding that every human being has the same opportunity that you have right now. You watching this video, you could have done something else, but you're doing this. And your parents are doing something at this very moment that maybe they've never done before, or maybe they're doing the same thing, but they have an opportunity to switch and change whatever they're doing, but it's going to be done for the first time. This day was not the same as yesterday. And it could, and that's, I think that's where we kind of get lost, because some of us are stuck in the same cycles without any change for the better. But if you're noticing that you're not changing for the better, it's also on you to start something new. And the only way that you can start something new is by just putting yourself in that position, understanding that you're going to suck, understanding that it's going to be uncomfortable, understanding that there's a lot of growth to be had, and being okay with that. You know, being okay that you don't know where you're at, knowing that, yeah, you're not good at whatever it is that you're starting, but that you're going to put every fucking energy or the best effort that you can give to this new thing to see how good you can get at this thing, you know? How good can you get if I give everything to it? So that's my message for you guys today. The main thing that I want you to get out of this video is that do not be afraid of something new. Don't be afraid. Everything from being in a relationship, from me trying to start a business, me creating a business, me growing this business, me not being where I want to be with this business, and understanding that I have to get better at certain things, is part of the process. And don't care where you're at in life, because anyone can relate to someone starting something new. This is something that I've come to realize, and this is why I only put in messages out that I can relate to anyone. That doesn't have to do with me making money. It doesn't have to do with me me telling you, oh, I'm so strong. No, it doesn't have to do anything with that. I love self-development because anyone at any point in life can pick it up, apply things, and certain things will change your life. You know, it doesn't matter if you're rich, wealthy. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to sell you a fucking dream. I'm here to sell you the belief and sell you the honesty that anyone, no matter where you're at in life, no matter what part of the world you live in, anyone that is willing to put in the work on themselves to become better, you can do that. You can do that. You know, and it's on you to realize that you have to put in that work. I could tell you put in the work, but if you're not willing to put in the work like I am, I will never be able to force you to. And that's how that's the same message I tell my athletes. I can tell you, you can get better at this, that. I can tell you, go eat better, drink better, pay attention, don't go out, get focused. But if you're not willing to do it, then what's the point of me telling you these things? You know, I can only tell you so many things, and that's the same thing with myself. Like, I tell myself I want this and I want that, but if I'm not putting in the work, something is off, you know, and that's where I have to like recenter myself and really apply what it is that I want to do so I can attain the goals that I want. So yeah, guys, I don't want to keep you longer here. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you find value in this message today. If you did, go ahead, subscribe. Go ahead, leave me a comment on the comment section. And yes, the traveling video will be coming out soon. I am trying to focus on the aspect of creating a video style video, more so of just sharing my experiences or just sharing that I went here and went there. No, I'm trying to make a story out of it. That's why it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys you love today's video. Have a great day. Happy holidays. See you on the next one. Take care. Peace.